Sony has quietly refreshed its popular FX3 cinema camera with a minor update, now known as the Sony FX3A. At first glance, it may look like nothing's changed, and honestly, most of it hasn't. But for those who care about the small things, these tweaks might affect your decision. So let's have a closer look at what's new, what's gone, and whether the FX3A is worth considering over the original FX3. The FX3A isn't a next-generation model. It's not an FX4 or a true successor. Instead, it's a refresh, introduced mainly because Sony ran into a supply issue. The LCD panel used in the original FX3 was discontinued by its supplier, so Sony had to update the screen. That led to the release of the FX3A. Now, the FX3A comes with a 3-inch LCD screen with a resolution of 2.35 million dots. That's a noticeable improvement over the 1.44 million dot panel in the original FX3. If you often shoot outdoors or in bright lighting conditions, you'll find this higher resolution screen far more comfortable to work with. The display appears sharper, more detailed, and a bit brighter, making it easier to frame shots and monitor your footage without relying on external monitors. It's not a groundbreaking change, but it's one of those upgrades that can make a small but meaningful difference in daily use. However, not everything in the FX3A is a step forward. In fact, some might say Sony took a step back. The FX3A no longer includes NFC functionality, which previously allowed users to quickly pair devices like smartphones with a simple tap. This feature might not have been essential for everyone, but for those using mobile apps or managing wireless transfers as part of their workflow, it was a handy shortcut. Removing it means users now have to rely on traditional Wi-Fi or Bluetooth pairing, which can be slower and slightly more frustrating, especially if you're used to NFC. Another missing piece in the FX3A is infrared remote control compatibility. The original FX3 allowed remote triggering using basic IR remotes, something many small teams or solo shooters found incredibly useful. With this gone, you're left with Bluetooth or wired options, both of which are fine, but they require more setup or specific accessories. Aside from the display and the removed features, everything else remains essentially identical between the FX3 and the FX3A. The sensor, processor, video recording formats, ISO range, dynamic range, and even the physical design are unchanged. Both models use a 12.1 megapixel full-frame Exmor-R CMOS sensor paired with Sony's Bionz XR processor. They offer stunning video capabilities, including 4K at up to 120 FPS, 10-bit 4, 2 internal recording, and 16-bit RAW output over HDMI. The dynamic range remains at more than 15 stops, which is excellent for professional work, and the ISO range, expandable up to 419/600, makes low light shooting extremely flexible. This means that whether you're holding the FX3 or FX3A in your hand, your core shooting experience won't be any different. Both models deliver the same visual performance, handle similarly, and offer identical audio inputs, battery life, and menu systems. The only changes lie in the display and connectivity options. You might be wondering, why would Sony remove features instead of adding new ones? The honest answer likely comes down to manufacturing efficiency and cost. With the original LCD panel discontinued, Sony had no choice but to change the display. But rather than redesigning the entire camera or creating a brand new model, they opted to refresh the FX3 with a new screen while keeping the rest of the internal architecture the same. In the process, they seem to have simplified the hardware by removing components tied to NFC and infrared functionality. This could have helped streamline production and reduce costs, but interestingly, the price of the FX3A remains the same as the FX3 at launch. there's no price bump or drop. So, while Sony may have simplified the design, those cost savings haven't been passed down to consumers. In other words, you're now paying the same for a camera that technically does a little less, aside from that improved screen. If you already own the FX3, there's really no reason to switch to the FX3A. The newer model doesn't offer any significant upgrade in terms of performance. Yes, the LCD screen is better, but not so much that it justifies selling your current camera and buying the updated version. In fact, by switching to the FX3A, you would actually be losing features like NFC and infrared remote support. Unless your FX3 is broken, or you desperately need a slightly sharper screen for monitoring, it makes more sense to stick with what you have. All the core filmmaking capabilities remain exactly the same. For new buyers, the situation is a bit more complicated, mainly because the FX3 is slowly being phased out. Since Sony can no longer source the original display panel, they aren't producing the original FX3 anymore. That means if you want one, you'll need to act fast and check retailers for remaining stock. Some stores may offer slight discounts, but generally, the FX3 and FX3A are listed at the same price, around $3,898. If you have a specific need for NFC connectivity or you rely on an infrared remote setup, you should definitely try to get your hands on the original FX3 while it's still available. It will serve you just as well in terms of image quality and video features, and you'll benefit from those extra bits of wireless functionality. However, if those features don't matter to you, and you prefer having a better screen and longer-term firmware support, then the FX3A is the more future-proof option. It's the model Sony will continue to support moving forward, and any firmware updates or accessories released in the next couple of years will likely be designed with the FX3A in mind. In the end, this isn't a typical camera upgrade. It's more of a behind-the-scenes update caused by parts availability, and while it does bring a slight improvement to the user experience with the new screen, it also takes away some small conveniences. The FX3A is not necessarily better than the FX3. It's just a different version of the same camera with a few features added and others removed. Your choice should come down to what you value more: a sharper screen and longer-term support, or the convenience of infrared remotes and fast NFC pairing. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching.